So I came across this quote by Dr. Dilbert Blair, who was an author, an engineer, researcher, and a metaphysical teacher. Now the quote went something like, "Never educate a person you're going to dominate, you train them." Now it made me think about the way that the mind could be shaped and molded into whatever way that you want it to be. So for metaphor purposes, the mind is similar to like a dog, in a way that you can train a dog to, do whatever that you want it to do. Hence why dog and God are anagrams. Now in some occult teachings, like all is mind, equating the mind to God, which is going to take us into Lucifer being the light, holding information, the light bearer, the same way that your mind retains and holds information. And you also have the word dogma. Now when it comes to the definition of dogma, which is a set of principles laid down by an authority as incontrovertibly true. And the authority could be anything from a church, the government, teachers, parents, laying down a set of doctrines also being a set of beliefs or rules that can stem from political beliefs or any other group. So doctrines or indoctrinating one into a set of beliefs. So if dog is God and God is mind, going back to Dr. Delbert's quote, "Never educate a person you're going to dominate, you train them." A lot of our minds are being shaped, molded, trained, just like the way you would train, your pets, your cats, your dogs. And the trainer being that authoritative figure, indoctrinating the dog, the pet, into a set of rules, into a set of beliefs, in order to shape them, mold them into their liking. Even though this dog has his own set of instinctual consciousness. Now you got to think about when the dog is not trained to the liking of the authoritative figure, is usually abandoned. Same way when the mind is not being molded or indoctrinated into certain belief systems, it doesn't go by certain rules, it is now being excluded. Or that person in society eyes, will be like the outcast, will be excluded, right? Now I want to go back to the doctrine of all is mind and, mind being equated to God or Lucifer in that case, because this is why in my observation, Lucifer is like a fallen angel, a fallen angel, if Lucifer is another term for the mind being convinced that it is the Alpha, the Omega, because it's able to perceive and conceive and create, but it's only able to do that within the Alpha and the Omega, within the environment that it's in. The mind is already operating within something that has already been, there. So Lucifer falling is the same way how, your mind is trying to exalt itself, or Lucifer trying to exalt itself as the is all and be all when it's actually not. Your mind is powerful. This is why they say, the mind is a terrible thing to waste, because it can do a lot of things, come up with different ways to articulate the perception of our reality. But there is a physical limit. There are other systems and boundaries in place that the mind, must operate in. On a lower level perception base, one may believe that the mind is the all, which is the all that they can perceive, but it is not the totality of the reality. Yes, your mind can infinitely travel beyond space and time, but yet again, it's still traveling within a system, if that makes sense. So on my ending note, I'm going to say, use your mind. Don't let it use you.